What's up guys, it's LaxBeat. Here I just wanted to show you how to do a triangle top string that I do now. It's my favorite top string and I use it all the time. So I'm just going to make a tutorial. I'm going to make a huge mesh tutorial, and this will be part one with the triangle top string. So first what you're going to need is your mesh. You're going to want to prepare this. You're going to want to put it through hot water and conditioner. I already did this and I made a video about that, and this is from Jimma. Just got this through in order. I made a video about that. And I prefer 90 top strings. I used to prefer 10. The 9 diamonds across the top forces it to be tighter, and therefore it'll release better. So I recommend 9 diamonds across the top. You're going to want to fold it over. Typically when you get a piece of mesh, it'll have a 10D side, and see the bottom's the 10 diamond side, and a 9 diamond side. So just stretch out the top part where it's 9 diamonds. Then you're going to want to get your string. I have a spool. This person wants all white, so it's perfect for the tutorial I'm doing. For the triangle top string, you're going to do 2 separate pieces. I normally do one piece. It's just a little easier that way. I'm going to take an arm's length, and then I'm going to go to my other shoulder, and that's enough for a triangle top string. I'm going to want to cut it with scissors, obviously, and then get a lighter, get the ends, defray them. If you have a problem, if you burn yourself, I burn myself all the time, flick your fingers, then put them on it and pull it, and it will not burn. I don't do that nearly enough. I always burn my fingertips, but it's important to get that nice tip, otherwise it won't go through right. As you can see, those are decent tips. I'm not stringing anything super special, so it doesn't have to be ridiculously nice of a tip, but alright. And then to start your knot, your string, you're going to do a knot. What I do, I make 2 loops to start, and then I bring my string through the 2 loops. And I pull that tight together. When you give yourself a little bit of room on that side, you don't want it to be right down there. I've seen people who do that. It's kind of dumb because it can slip through easily. Then you're going to take your head. I'm using an X10 because I wanted to do a more or less generic pocket. Come through it. I'm going to use the top hole on this. If you're using something like a clutch, you might want to use the second hole, just because the holes, they come really high up, and it's almost unnecessary. And I'm going to move it down so it's easier for you to see, because I'm going to put it in between my legs. So first what you're going to do is you're going to bring you want the smooth side, or I guess rough side, the side that is flat and has no curvature, you want to be on the bottom. You want the ball to roll on the side that's I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah. You want the hard side that is, I guess, rigid. You want this side to be where the ball is going to be. The back side should be flat. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to come through that first at the 9 diamonds, both of them, because it should be folded. Then you're going to come above that knot and through, and then back through that same hole. Alright. That, and then you're going to pull it up the knot and then pull it tight to the side like so. Then what you're going to do, I'm doing a regular triangle top string, I'm not doing a double. I'm just going to come up through this hole, and then I'm going to come through the diamond and through the loop I made, and I'll pull it up like that. And when I do that, I want to make sure that the middle top of the diamond is going to be where that string is laid. So you want this to be even as possible. So I'm going to maneuver it around until the top of the diamond is right on that string. And you also want it to be centered on that hole so the triangle will come out correct. Alright, just like that. And you want that to be really tight. Everything's got to be tight on a top string. or even sidewalls. Then you're going to come through and do that on the next. You're going to skip a diamond and go into the the fourth diamond of the 9 row. And again, you want it to be about on the middle of the diamond, if not a little bit to the outside, so you force this middle part to be tight. That's where you want it to be the tightest. Then instead of going through the hole and then down through the mesh, you're going to reverse it so it stays equal on both sides. You're going to go down through the diamond, up through the head, then through the loop. Alright? And here's the most important part. You want this to be even, so the middle diamond will be in the middle of the head. So you're going to have to maneuver this one around and then pull on the string up through the hole and then pull this around. Like that. Then you're going to turn your head around and make sure that middle diamond is in between, and it's not. I got to move it over some. So it's too far that way. I'm going to pull the mesh a little bit, and then I'm going to pull my string again, like so. Check it again. It's uneven. It's close, but it's on. Actually, that might be about right. You're going to want to pull it and make sure that there's like equal tendency, so it'll come up right in the middle. And this one's good. See how it's in between and it's right lined up with the T of the STX? That's where you want it. Alright, then you're going to continue. You're going to skip another diamond, come down through the mesh, up through the hole, and through that loop. Excuse me. And as I said before, you're going to want it to be about on the top of the diamond, give or take some. And you're going to make sure that this is all very tight. This side's a little harder to get tight, but you got to make it work anyways. Okay, so make sure it's equal to this side. See, on this side, it's a little bit off the diamond. So I'm going to make it a little bit off the diamond here. Then what you're going to do, you're going to make your loop. You're going to come down through the mesh, through the hole. Alright, and then you're going to go back through that same diamond and up through this hole again. Alright, and pull that tight. And now, since I'm using one string, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down through this empty space up here, like that, while I'm holding that tight. And then I'm going to turn it around, because you're going to need to start using this side. Here's where it gets interesting. So first, you're just going to come up through this hole on the head. Then, this is different how East Coast Dyes does it. I don't come above the diamond, I go through the diamond. So what I do, I go through, I kind of wrap around it. I go through this outside part, or you can just slide it through. And then I come back underneath of it. And then I come around that next piece, like that. So you're really never going through the diamond, it's just looping around that knot you made, that single knot. And then you pull it around, yank it to the side, so you have room to put your next string. Then you just go back right through, and you'll see that it has 3 pieces through there. And on the other side, it'll start to look like a triangle, like so. Alright, now here's the interesting part. You have to split the diamond that you left hanging loose. So you're actually going to come through the split up here. That part's interesting. Through that split of the fold, it's in between the 2 layers. And then back up through the opposite side of that and pull that up. That's what really holds it tight, is pulling that diamond up. Then you can continue to do what you did before, come through that next hole in the sidewall, pull it up before you put it through, make sure it's tight. Then you're going to come down, you're going to come around this loop If it helps, just go through the diamonds and come back up through them, because sometimes it's hard to slide it through. So I do this. I just come around that, and then I slide it up through this. It seems to be easiest for me. And then before you do that, you're going to pull it. Then you're going to pull it around. And this is why my string jobs are good, is because of how tight it is. And then you're going to put it back through. And remember, this should all be tight. This diamond should not be this diamond here should not be flexing too much. And especially this diamond should not be. Alright, so we're going to continue. The middle is the hardest part. You want to keep it even, but you're just going to do what you did before. You're going to come through the split, the first part of the split, and then through the second part of the split, the other side of it. Alright, all good. And then you're going to pull it up tight. You're going to come through that next hole. This may take you a lot longer than it takes me, because I do this all the time. Then you're going to flip it around, and you're going to, this time, since I have room to just slide it under, I'm just going to slide it under. That's all you're really doing. You slide it under the string without going through the diamonds on both sides. If you have to go in and out of the diamond to get around that string, no problem, as long as it comes out the same way. Sorry, I got logged out. Alright, then you're going to come around that by going up through the opposite side. Pull that around, and then come back through the left side of that. Okay, now we have one more to do. We're going to flip it around. Alright, gotta make this. Okay. Come through the split, the first part of the split. Okay, now back through the second part of the split. This can be really tedious. Triangle top string is not the easiest top string, but it's well worth it. Alright, and then you come back up with it. Then you go through the next hole. Okay, and then you come flip it around, and then do what you do. Come around that first string, and then this is going to be hard because this part's tight. Or if it's not, you're doing something, you did it wrong, because it should always be tight. Gotta force it around that string. And you're going to come back up, pull it over, and then slide that through to the left side. Pull that tight, and they should be all fitting in there. One should not be on top of the other. And then to finish it off, you're just going to find yourself that hole through the front, and you're just going to go right through it. Force the knots around so you can fit it through. Just force that knot up, and then just push it through, and then move that to the top so it looks even. See, if you did two different strings, it would not have a little bit of difference in between, but that really does not matter. What matters is that this is even, and it is. So once you're done that, just get your string, make your first knot, and what you're going to do, you're going to move this diamond under that you already did, and you're going to pull this super tight. Like I said, I've been doing this for forever, so it's harder for you to get a tight knot, but and then that knot's not tight enough. You need to make one underneath of it to ensure the maximum tightness. And this is a hard part because I make mine so tight, but it's unacceptable. It's got to be tight as possible. I know I sound so dumb saying that, but seriously, it's got to be tight. And you're going to slide that knot underneath of it to make sure that there's no gap between the knot and the head. Like that. Alright. So that's how you do a nice triangle top string. I do this all the time, so does East Coast Dies. And man, look at the tightness on that. This thing does not move. The back, this thing's ridiculously tight. It's tighter than a guitar string. That's when you know it's good. So that's how you do a triangle top string. I use the X10. Next video will be on sidewalls. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe.